Let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're tackling a topic that has absolutely taken over modern culture: boundaries. Now, we've all heard the mainstream advice, right? That to protect your energy, you just need to instantly cut toxic people out of your life. But today, we're going to explore why this massive trend of just cutting people off left and right might actually be backfiring on us big time.
I want you to really think about this for a second. Is cutting people off truly the ultimate form of self-care? Because over the last few years, the narrative has firmly shifted in that direction. It's totally fueled by those popular sayings you see everywhere online, like, you become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And hey, while there's definitely truth to that, what happens when we take that advice entirely out of context? Have we swung the pendulum just a little too far?
Our source material points out something so profound here. It says, protecting your peace isn't about removing people, it's about managing your energy and your reactions. Finding true peace in your life actually requires a lot of nuance. It's about careful energy management, not just grabbing a pair of emotional scissors and frantically snipping away every single time someone mildly annoys you.
So, here is our roadmap for today. 1. The cutoff culture trap. 2. When to walk away. 3. The cost of zero friction. 4. Building emotional firewalls. And finally, 5. Managing your social dosage.
Section 1. The cutoff culture trap.
The absolutely crucial point here is that when you cut someone off, it is rarely just a clean, victimless break. It creates a real wound and sends a very harsh message. In our desperate quest to curate this perfectly peaceful, aesthetically pleasing life, we run a massive risk, you guys. We risk becoming the exact intolerant, harsh, and unforgiving thing that we are trying so hard to escape in the first place.
Section 2. When to walk away.
Now, before we go any further, I definitely want to reassure you that we aren't dismissing all cutoffs. Sometimes you absolutely have to use those emotional scissors. You have to cut ties with the big ones, the cheaters, the manipulators. Think the Joe Goldberg types who are actively playing a malicious game against you. You also have to walk away from consistently negative and abusive people. Think of the Dursleys from Harry Potter. People who see your magic and literally only want to lock it under the stairs. You simply cannot set a healthy boundary with someone whose entire goal is to cross it, or who acts like a black hole, completely draining your energy. Look, in a house built on lies, you don't just protect your peace, you move out.
But here is where it gets incredibly tricky, and honestly, pretty humbling. We are all toxic to someone else. Oof, let that sink in for a moment. If we're completely honest with ourselves, we have all been the annoying friend. We've all been the inconsiderate partner or the person who awkwardly said the absolute wrong thing at the wrong time. If we permanently erased everyone for having a bad day, well, there'd be absolutely no one left.
Imagine you're walking down the street and someone accidentally bumps into you. They were clumsy. Maybe they were distracted by their own battles, and you just got caught in the crossfire. Would you immediately take them to court and sue them? Of course not. But cutting someone out of your life entirely without a single conversation over a minor offense is literally the emotional equivalent of suing someone for bumping into you. It's an extreme reaction to a completely normal, common human experience.
Section 3. The cost of zero friction.
Let's explore what actually happens when you achieve that blank canvas life completely devoid of any interpersonal conflict. Because if you demand a life with zero friction, there are major hidden costs. First off, you lose your resilience. If you only surround yourself with people who agree with you 100% of the time, you become like a hothouse flower. Beautiful, sure, but completely fragile and unable to survive out in the real world. Second, you miss out on massive personal growth because you literally lose the ability to navigate conflict, apologize, and forgive. And finally, you become a gatekeeper. You end up judging everyone against an impossible standard of peacefulness, totally forgetting that people are just messy and complicated.
An easy connection, one that is never tested, is often pretty forgettable and fragile. But a profound connection, that is built by actively repairing what was broken. It's working through a misunderstanding together. The source beautifully compares this to the anime movie Your Name, where the characters had to fight through time, space, and memory just to find each other. That shared struggle is exactly what made their connection totally unbreakable.
Section 4. Building emotional firewalls.
So, if we shouldn't just cut everyone off, what do we actually do? Well, we build an emotional firewall. It's a strategic boundary that lets you decide what gets in, rather than a solid brick wall that keeps absolutely everything out. This right here is a total game changer. It means you can still love your chaotic, drama-filled aunt from a safe distance, without having to be her 24/7 on-call therapist.
You get to protect yourself without isolating yourself. Think of their influence on your life as a volume dial. You do not have to answer every single text message the second it comes in. You don't have to attend every single stressful family dinner. You can see these people, you can acknowledge them, but you hold the dial. You turn their influence up or down based entirely on your capacity at that specific moment.
Section 5. Managing your social dosage. We're going to get very tactical here on how to implement this in your everyday life. Step 1, set that emotional firewall we just talked about. Step 2, change the channel. When someone starts a negative spiral, remember that you are the remote control to your own attention. Don't throw out the whole TV. Just say, hey, I'm not in the right headspace for this right now. Can we talk about something else? And step 3, manage your dosage by putting them on a limited data plan. Saying, I can only talk for 15 minutes today, or let's catch up next month, isn't rude. It is highly, highly strategic.
To summarize everything we've unpacked today, it really comes down to the difference between building a fortress and building a fence. Protecting your peace isn't about defaulting to a giant stone fortress where you sit completely alone in the dark. It's the refined skill of knowing exactly when you need a fortress to keep out true danger and when you just need a simple, sturdy fence to lovingly manage the everyday neighbors.
I want to leave you with this incredibly powerful thought from the source material. Protecting your peace is a skill, not a purge. You can absolutely become the master of your own inner world, even while the messy, loud, complicated noise of other people is still happening right outside. You don't have to live inside their noise to keep your peace.
And finally, I'll leave you with this. Ask yourself, are some people just lessons and not lifetimes? When we realize that not everyone is meant to be in our inner circle forever, it completely frees us. We don't have to go to war with them, we can just adjust their access. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope you walk away today feeling empowered